ഓക്കെ, ഇതിങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ റെക്കോർഡ്. I'm getting busy. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening
Good.
all. Just give me a second. Let me share the presentation. 1 second. Just give me a moment. So good evening all.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, very good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, very good evening. Give me a few seconds, no? Like I need to share the presentation, that is the PPT. The host has to know like enable the screen share.
Ma'am, can you please check? Is it possible now?
Yes. Okay, fine. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so is the presentation visible to all?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Let's start without any delay. Okay, so we are in our, I think, third week of this module, which is research methodology. So almost we have now reached the final session. Okay, fine. So let's see now what are all the types of, like the other no like factors which have to be considered while no like going for a research. So I think you must be remembering we started off with what is research and the types of researches and how to know go with the research questions, how to know formulate the whole research question pattern and everything. Then last week we saw what is literature review and its purpose, what factors has to be considered while no like doing the literature review. Then so today's session is going to be about research design, and if time permits we can know like even have an overview about data collection and data analysis. So let's start. Okay, research design, that is the core concept of the research methodology. So it's a master plan specifying the methods and procedures for collecting and analyzing the needed information. So to not like to go up with any project or to go up no like with any plan, to start off any plan you need something, no, you need something like a design. You need a design plan, no, in the initial stage, and based on the design plan you will be no like going on with no like all the factors. So without having a proper research design or the design plan, it would be a vague situation, no? Like you will not be knowing, like the person who is no conducting the research, so will not be having any idea of no like where to start and no like how to go with the sampling. So which no like sample size has to be chosen. So which is the right time to know like collect the data, and what is the specific no like what is the final objective of collecting the data. So where it has to end, is the sampling, the sample size what that person has chosen. So is that more than enough for conducting the research, or the sample size is no like it has to be more. That is no like more number of no like sample has to be included in the design to get accurate results. So to start off with no like any research, once this literature review and everything is done, there should be a master plan. That is master plan of how we are going to go with the methods and procedures. So what methods you are going to, like apply for conducting the research, and what procedures you will be following for collecting and analyzing the needed information. So this is how it works. So sample design, that is method of selecting item for study. First, you need to start with the method of study, method of no selecting the item. So on what factors or aspects you are going to conduct the study. And then observational design, that is observational condition. So what factors or aspects you will be observing. And then statistical design, with the collected data and with all the observations you have in hand right now. So what kind of statistical, methods you are going to follow to come to like an accurate result or an approximate result. So this is how the master plan has to be done. So the research design, so it is now like further classified into 4 different types, which is a sample design, observational design, statistical design, and operational design. So what is a sample design? So this topic, this study deals with the technique of selecting the items. So what technique you are going to use for selecting the items? Mr. Balachandra, can you mute your audio? We are hearing background noises. Thank you. So sample design is selecting that is using the right kind of technique for selecting the items. So that's why it requires a careful observation for the given research study. Going on with like the right selection of the items, that is the number of samples you require. So which sample or the what right kind of sample you are going to like use for making the you are going to use for like conducting the research study. So that it comprises of the sample design. Observational design is the conditions under which the experiments are to be conducted. So in what conditions the experiments has to be conducted? Conditions in the sense, is there a particular season that the research has to be conducted, or before the season starts, or once the season ends, or before an event, or after the event, or at the time of the event. So under which condition the experiments have to be conducted. So those things comprise observational design. Then is a statistical design. Now you have the data which has been collected from the sample design and observational design. So statistical design, you have to know focus on how many items have to be observed and how the collected data and information are going to be analyzed. There are various methods for going on with the to get the results of the research data. So there are many statistical, mathematical, techniques available. So which you are going to select for going on with the research study. So that you will get at least an approximate result, if not accurate result. And finally comes the operational design. So this deals with methods by which the procedures are specified. So these are the 4 design, the criterion you have to understand if you are going for a research. So the sample design, you have to be very sure that then that reminds you of that the right kind of techniques you are going to use for selecting the items. Then is the observational design. So deciding the right condition, for when the experiments has to be carried out, or under which condition the experiments has to be carried out. And then is the statistical design, what statistical methods or mathematical methods you are going to use for studying the research data. And finally the operational design. So what methods you are going to use for the procedures specified. And so how you will go with the operational design? So with the procedure specified, so you will get the observational design, the data collected from the observational design, and the data collected from the statistical design. So based on that, the operational design. So what operations you are going to carry out after you have got the results by conducting the statistical design, by going on with the statistical design. So that you have to work it out at the final stage. So this is how the research design has to be, put forward before going on with the actual research. Okay, so why there is a need of a research design? To carry the process, no, to go on with the process, no, like in a very, smooth way. That is no, like, there shouldn't be any confusion, no, when you're going on with the research. And you have to have a clear idea about, what research study you're going to do. So yeah, now you're know how to go with the research topic. Now you have selected the right research topic without any flaw. Okay, fine. And now we have done the literature review as well. So literature review is like you have done research on the past records or past journals which has been submitted, which is much related to the research topic which you are going to conduct right now. So that is done. Okay, fine. Now you have to conduct your own research. That is, you are going to conduct a research by yourself. So to start with, you will be, having a research design. So to avoid any confusions in the beginning or during the time of the research or just before the end of the research, to avoid any confusion, to avoid any congestion, so this research design has to be formulated. So have a clear idea about when to start, where to start, what would be your sample size, and under which condition you want to conduct the research. So what is your target samples? For example, you just can't fix up a sample size of 10,000 or 50,000 if you're going to study about a population of the city. 50,000 is like a hefty data, it's a large data. So it's very difficult to conduct a research with a sample size of 50,000 among the population of say 1 lakh or about the population of 5 to 10 lakhs. So a sample has to be taken. So how you can go with this is first segregate. So if you're going to study about the population in your city, first you have to divide your city into east, west, north, south zones, different zones. And under each zone you have to select the right kind of sample. And again you can segregate the zones into based on the the names of the areas or names of the locations. And again in a particular locality you have to select a sample size, maybe 10 sample size of 10 between age groups from 12 to 16, and a sample size of 50 between the age groups from say 17 to 22. So in that way you can go on with selecting the sample size. So this is just an example how to start with the research on your own. So this sampling it comes after the research design, that is once you have started collecting the samples. So how the sample size will be decided? You cannot decide the sample size once you have gotten into the gotten into the study. So this has to be done, this has to be clearly understood even before you start your research study. Okay, so sampling. So what does it mean? Measuring a small portion of something and then making a general statement about the whole thing. So all you have to do is select a small portion of something. Okay, so in few cases, the whole sample will available sample will be would be countable. That is it would be below 500 or below 100 or between 100 to 500, which is quite a good sample to go with the research result. But what the scholars say is that is not the right kind of research you're going with. So if you're going to study about a group of 500 individuals, getting a sample size of the whole 500, that is getting the feedback from all the 500, that is not a good research at all. So actually this is a fact, it is not a good research at all. So even though if you are not going to study about a group of a class of or an institution where at around 500 students are studying, you have to take it in a wider note in the sense you have to know like check whether the institution is having any other branches in other cities or other locations, and you have to select the sample size from those other institutes as well, that is which is run by the same management. So the sample size, if you are going to take a sample size of 500, it means you are going to take a sample size of 500 out of 5,000 or 10,000 at least. So this is the right kind of sampling you have to go with. So why sampling is necessary? Obviously, it's a large, extensive process, to study about each and every individual, in a community or in an institution or, say in the society or in a city, town, for any, for any, any reason. So sampling is very important because to avoid to minimize the time, to minimize the energy, to minimize the cost. So you're selecting randomly selecting or calculatively you're selecting few among the groups, few among from the population or few among from the group of people or participants. So it makes possible the study of a large heterogeneous population. So what is heterogeneous? They are different in everything. That is they are different in ages, they are different in lives, they are different in their social statuses, they are so different in income levels, they are different in the gender. So heterogeneous it refers to all the people on which you are going to do the research. They are completely different from each other, so they are not homogeneous. So sampling is for economy, yeah, to minimize the cost, because imagine studying the population of a city which has 1 lakh. It's it's very extensive, so you need more money to go for that, for go such kind of sampling or research. So now to minimize the cost, select the select only few among the population. And sampling is for speed, because again it takes quite a lot of time to conduct a research about 1 lakh population in a city. So to minimize the speed, you can go for sampling. And sampling is for accuracy. Uh, See, dealing with the data of 1 lakh, 5 lakh, that's very difficult, a difficult task. Even if it is a computerized calculation, the task is little extensive. So, and the results may not be so efficient as well. And the research conducted would be of not so efficient as well. So to avoid any confusion, let's go for sampling. So because it gives you somewhat accurate results. Okay. So a good sample will have a good accuracy. But what I have understood from the recent journals and the research papers what I have gone through is, so no one can give an accurate result or accurate conclusion, it cannot be given at all. If at all the whole research is conducted on a small group of people. For example, take an organization. You want to study about a particular organization and its employees alone. You're not going to involve any other sample for this matter. So this organization has employed around 450 to 500. So in all the levels of management. So your whole research is based on, it is conducted on only these 500 employees in that particular organization, because that is your research topic. Okay. So in that case, the results can be accurate. They can almost give an accurate feedback. They can be they can be giving you a genuine feedback, and you can count on each person in the organization, and maybe within a month's time or within 1 or 2 weeks time you can get all their feedback. So that's quite easy. But imagine getting a feedback from the general public. uh, there is a chance they may give false information, they may not be so genuine, and sometimes people may be, like so frivolous, and no, they may not be so serious about, like giving a right kind of feedback. So in those cases, you cannot get accurate results. So all you can get is approximate results. Mr. Aaron, please mute your audio. So all you can get is an approximate result, but not an accurate result. So when it comes to accuracy, it means if you want to get to accurate result, it depends upon the number of samples you're going to take. The sample size is very small, yes, you can get accurate. But if the sample size is no like very large, you cannot get accurate, but approximate result you can get. You can come to an approximate conclusion. Then a good sample, no, it has a precision. Okay, so whether the results are accurate or not, that doesn't matter. But the good sample should have no like precision. Precision in the sense it should be no very clear. So there shouldn't be no like any bias. There shouldn't be any confusion no in the feedback no which is no like gotten back from the customers or gotten back from the public from the no like sample. So should be no very precise and clear. The result, like it has to be, like the feedback what the customers or the general public they are going to give to you, it should be very genuine. So only when it is genuine, you can come to a very genuine conclusion. Otherwise, no, the whole research study would be, like something, like a kind of, like it becomes something comical. There is no use in conducting that research at all. So a good sample should be accuracy, but it should maintain accuracy and it should be very precise as well. So I'll give a few examples. That is to maintain accuracy. Imagine a company is like thinking to lowering its price for its any one of its product. But after making a survey in the sales of product known mall, that is the company's known mall, maybe the company's like the mall which is nearby to the company, or no to the mall to with whom they have done the like business for a very long time. So the sample size what they have chosen, that is the date the target what they have chosen is only that mall, but their products are not sold only in that mall. Their product is sold, like almost every mall or every outlet, in the city, almost in every outlet in the city. And other than that, their product is sold online as well. So without considering all these factors, they have chosen only that particular mall for conducting the research. So how can the accuracy be achieved? It cannot be achieved. As I said, like good research, it's not something, which is done on a small sample, which is done on a very, like limited sample, when you're trying to get the pulse of a larger population. If you want to know the pulse of the larger population, your sample size should be also be, like little larger. It shouldn't be, it shouldn't like the number, it shouldn't confine to, like below 500. So they concluded that they will not cut down the price of the soap bar since there was an increase in sales compared to last year. But what is the reason for increase in sales? Because the population might have grown, or like the competitors, like product, like maybe of may not be of a good quality. What this with this company is like giving off, but imagine, like where the sampling has been done, where the research study has been done in a mall, which is very known to that organization. So who usually, like go for shopping in a mall? People like, like population who is, like good, who's having a, like a somewhat good economic background. Somewhere in there, like they may be belonging to, like a middle class or an upper middle class or higher class, like they may be of any of these social status. Imagine the other, like consumers who are like below average. There is like below middle class. There is lower middle class and like lower class. So they may not be going to malls to like buy the product, right? So they may be going to the nearby kiosk, or no, they may be going to a nearby, like a retail outlet, for purchasing the product. But the company has ignored that fact. No, they haven't considered that those retail outlets or no any wholesale distributors or any kiosks or any not even known the online sales. They haven't considered no any of these. So all their concentration, all their no like their uh, their no like their way of study, like their way of study or their concentration of study is only on this particular mode. So how can the accuracy be like maintained? So there is no accuracy here. And for precision, imagine customers know who visits a like particular dress shop required to log in their phone number so that they will receive information. Now, you cannot say that all the customers will give the feedback, like or give their phone numbers or contact numbers or email addresses, for getting to know about the offers of the company or offers of the organization for the same product or related products. So again, no, there is no precision here. If the company wants to study about their own consumers' feedback or study about their own consumers' reaction to the product or the service they have delivered, so all consumers has to be taken into account. But here, there is a no like bias in the information given by the customers, consumers. There is no like few may not be no like giving the genuine email address. Even I have remembered no like in one or two cases I haven't given my genuine no like the actual email address no in the feedback form because no like I know the the aftermath I mean the problem which I will face like after that because the promotional emails it keeps on coming even after like unsubscribing from it. So to avoid this confusion like I'll just give a like a fake email ID. So that's what I do. So imagine like customers do like this, consumers do like this, like they don't want to give some the genuine information. So here there is no precision maintained. Clear, son. And few maybe like completely avoid like giving feedback at all, completely avoid giving their contact information at all. So in this case, the organization cannot conduct a good research on all of its consumers, all of its customers. So there are few steps in like sampling design. That is like the first you have to understand what is the target population. So what is your target population? Which population you are not targeting on? If you want to know about the study about the population in your city, so let it be about your city only. Or if you are not targeting the population in like other metro cities, so like go for that. Or what like what is your target population? That you have to know like first you have to like come to a conclusion. First you have to fix that. So target population is the aggregation of elements, that is members of the population from which the sample is actually selected. The next step is what are the parameters of interest. So parameters is like the summary description of a given variable in a population. That is what information you're going to get from them. So on which which factor you're going to collect the feedback from the the target population, the sample. That is like it can be something related to the product. Like do you want to change the color of the product? Yes or no? If yes, what is your choice? If no, what is the reason? So you are not like just concentrating on one parameter, that is whether you want to change the color or not for your product. So if most of the consumers go with like a particular color, you will like go with that color for like in the future, like when you're giving the products in future, you'll like stick on to that color. So here the parameter is only the color of the product. So here you can like decide like what parameters like you are going to like give us a pinpoint to the customers. What is a sampling frame? So it's a list of elements from which the sample is actually drawn. That is no sampling frame is something like say what are all the things you want from the customer? What are all the facts you want to know from your customers? So those are the sampling frame. So parameters of interest, you can even have like what do you say, the the number of rating or no, if it is good or bad, is it okay or not, yes or no. So can you rate no from no, rate the color or rate the no, the usage of our product no from 1 to 5. So 5 means no, like you're no much satisfied, happy customer. If it is 1, no, like not satisfied at all. So very poor product. So in this way, no, you can set up the parameters. And the fourth step is what is the appropriate sampling method? So what sampling method you're going to use? There are two types of sampling methods, probability and non-probability. There are further no like types under probability and non-probability. So that we will see it later. So first you have to know like be specific, no, be very sure about what kind of no like sampling method you're going to use. And then what sample size is needed. So this is more important, whether you're going to pick 500 or 1,000 from the population, or you're going to pick, no, like you have no, like selected the number of, no, like kiosks or malls where your product is sold. So in every kiosk or retail outlet or mall or no through online. So how many, no, like customers or how many consumers, no, you're going to select? What is the size of the sample, no, you're going to need for conducting the research? So this is the fifth step. So the first one is what is the target population? That is where the research is being conducted, on which population or on which, no, like which factor. The second one is the parameters of interest. Rate our product, no, like rate the color, rate the usage of our product. So very much satisfied, somewhat satisfied, not satisfied, completely dissatisfied. So in this way, no, you cannot specify the parameters to the customers. They can answer accordingly. What is a sample frame? So what are the information you want to collect from the customers regarding your product or service? Then what is the appropriate sampling method? Which sampling method you are going to use and what sample size is needed. So out of 10,000, what would be the sample size? Or out of 1 lakh population, what would be the sample size you are going to use? And how you are going to select it? That also matters. Like you're going to concentrate on only one locality, no, in whole of the city, that's not going to work. You have to know, select, no, like at least no like if the city is having no like say 25 to 30 like areas or no like what do you say no like zones or something. So you have to select at least no randomly, if not randomly, at least no, you have to go for no like say you can completely divide the whole city into no like different regions, north, east, south, west, or northeast, southwest. So at least no like 8. So how you are going to go with the sample size? Okay, so this is an example. A company would like to make a study in the quality of digital cameras it manufactures. So how the right kind of research design it should be is. So first going with the target population, fixing the target population. So consumers of digital cameras. So from the same company, right? That is the company's own digital cameras. So who are the consumers purchasing it? So that would be the target population. Okay. So parameters of interest. So how you will fix it is quality of digital cameras within the scale of 1 to 5. So 5 being the most satisfactory and 1 being not at all satisfied. And then now selecting the sampling frame. So database of stores in which the digital cameras are sold. There is no like where are the no like the cameras are sold. No of the company's products, no where it is sold. So we have to know like take those no as a sampling frame. Usually customer gives information about them for warranty purposes. Yeah, they give their information, no, their name, their contact number, their email address, usually. Then it's a sampling method. So here the researcher is going with the probability sampling. And under that, no, like specifically the researcher is going with the stratified sampling. We will see about that, what is stratified sampling. And then finally, size of the sample. So more heterogeneous population, average responses would like to be known by the manufacturer. So large proportion will be needed for the population. So heterogeneous population means, I mean, the whole population, no, like individuals having no like different likes and different dislikes, different needs, no, different age groups, different social statuses, and everything is no like completely different. So in this case, if you're concentrating, if your target is a heterogeneous population, then you should increase the sample size. So 500 in each area or each locality, that will not be enough at all. So at least no 5,000 from each area or each locality would be a good number for sample size. So these are the types of sampling. So under probability sampling, you have pure random sampling, systematic sampling, stratified and cluster sampling. And under non-probability sampling, you have convenience sampling, purposive sampling, quota sampling, and judgmental sampling. So let's first see about the probability sampling. So probability sampling is a sample of a sample is a proportion. That is a certain percent of the population. That is probability. So you're going with the probability and you're not like going on with the sampling. That is no selecting no like from the population. Just a probability. No, like you're not completely no like specifying. Okay, I'm going to know like get feedback from this particular person or this particular person. No, not in that way. So probability is just randomly you're going and no like you're not selecting the probability. That is no probably you're selecting a group of no like people either from a mall or no like from a kiosk or from a retail outlet or somewhere no like who is no like in any of the market you're probably selecting. So some systematic way of selection of population in no like every element of the population has a chance of being included in the sample. So the main aim is so that is people from population from different heterogeneous background, like no like in all ages, from no all walks of life, and no like having no all levels of income. So at least no like 5 to 10 people from all no like differences, no like they are in the sample. They are being interviewed. They are being no like asking for the feedback. So this is the no like the main motive of no going for probability sampling. Pure random sampling is not something randomly you're not like getting into the mall. So whoever you're going meeting, you're not handing them the questionnaire or just you're not like asking them to give a feedback. So that is pure random sampling. So once you're done with one person, then you're not like randomly selecting other person. So once you're done no getting feedback from that person, you're randomly selecting other person. So this is no like pure random sampling. So the best example for pure random sampling is no like say no like usually when the films are released and no after this first day first show is no like the show is done and no like the uh, usually the a particular no like people no like the set of people no coming out of the theater, so they are being no interviewed about no like what is the review of the film. So these interviewers no like randomly no they select the population, right, whoever is no like had watched the film. So they don't specifically go for no one particular person. So whoever is no like once they are done interviewing with one person, then they will randomly select the other person and ask for their interview. That person's no like interview, their feedback. So this is no like random sampling. Then is a systematic sampling. Okay, here systematic sampling is you are deciding that no like you're going to sample every third person or every fifth person or every second person in a group. The systematic sampling. Uh, that is every nth name in the list may be selected to be included in a sample. Whereas random sampling is everyone in the population of the inquiry has an equal chance of being selected, and also called as lottery or raffle type of sampling. So this has other names as well, lottery and raffle type of sampling. And the one important thing is done with or without a replacement. Okay. Here, the systematic sampling, you're specifically selecting the nth number of no like sample size. So you have a sample size of 100. You cannot no like select all the 100 for no like going on with the research. So what you're doing is every fifth member you're no like selecting for selecting as a sample for conducting the research, asking their feedback. So it has another name. It's called as interval sampling. So there is a gap or interval between each selected unit of the sample. So when it is used, when the subjects or respondents in the study are arrayed or arranged in some systematic or logical manner, such as alphabetical arrangements. So here's where the systematic sampling is done. And then is stratified sampling. That is you are giving some weightage to each group in the sample. There is you will be having you might have selected say 100 100 sample size, maybe 100 from a population of say 10,000. So out of 10,000 you have selected 100. So these 100 samples or of heterogeneous nature. That is they are different in ages, they are different social statuses, different backgrounds, and different genders, and everything, everything is different. So how do you go for sampling? So you're going to know about say about okay, what is the the people's that is the population, the group of people's that is the sample size, their favorite TV show. You usually know what they see. So here you can completely divide that group into the age, I mean based on the age. That is from age group from say uh, hardly maybe 5 years, from 5 years to 10 years. So that is one age group. And from 11 years to 16 years, another age group. And from 17 years to 22 or 23 years, another age group. And from 23 to 35 years, another age group. So you're not subdividing them into different age groups. Okay, so under the different age groups, so you will not be selecting, giving equal chances to all the samples in those age groups. So instead, what you will be doing is like randomly, selecting, only three out of 10, sample size in the age group between, say 5 to 10. And more importance or more research would be done on the sample size who are in the age group between say 17 to 35. There is at least almost every person in that age group will be used as a samples, whereas the other age groups, that is between say 5 to 10 and 11 to 17. So they will be only few sample size will be given the chance to give their feedback. So this is stratified sampling. So why it is done is uh, not not specifically for a purpose, but again to avoid excess time involved in sampling, and because there is a psychological factor related to this. So because usually the age group between a particular age group, they usually buy a particular kind of a product, or use particular kind of service to a large extent. For example, take say electronic items. So the age group between 16 to 35 or 40, so they buy more electronic items. So children don't buy because they are completely dependent on their parents. So and they will be in their schooling. So they don't buy much electronic items. Okay. So after 16, then 17. So once these kids enter into college, so they get attracted towards the technologies and different electronic items used by their peers in the college, by their fellow classmates, their friends. So they get an exposure of the what are all the different the variety of the technical electronic items available in the market. So now they have their preference of their own. So they insist their parents to buy a particular electronic item for themselves. So the age group, this age group, that is between 17 to say 35 to 45. Maybe we can now have some up to 45. So this age group buys more electronic items. After 45, you don't buy more electronic items because no, like you don't know, like get much attracted towards that. So after 45, no, your preference, no, like somewhat changes. You're not into, no, this electronic things and everything electronically done. So you're not into that. Your preference, no, little changes a little bit. So conducting these type of researches, you can go with stratified sampling. Then cluster sampling. So total population is divided into two groups, that is two different clusters. And no, like the sample from each group is selected randomly for conducting the research. So this is cluster sampling. Okay, now we are coming to non-probability sampling. Now, the sample is not a proportion of the population. Probability sampling was a proportion of the population. That is, a small proportion is taken out of the whole population. But non-probability is not like that. No systematic way of selection is done. No, there is no hard and fast rules no, to go with the way of selection. And the selection depends upon the situation. There is no like, just like that you're going and no like collecting the samples. The first thing being convenience sampling, as the name suggests, process of picking out people in the most convenient and fastest way to immediately get their like sorry, this was muted for some time. Okay. So imagine, no, like these TV reporters and news reporters and, like these, again, no, like the the film reviewers and the critics, like, so conveniently they go and randomly pick someone and, no, like they ask their feedback. So conveniently they go for, no, like selecting the samples. So just randomly going out and randomly picking, there is no conditions here. There is no such conditions here that only under such condition the sampling has to be carried out, the research has to be carried out only in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening or between this particular time or during the season time. No, nothing is followed here. No hard and fast rule is followed here. So convenience sampling is just randomly going out and no like fastest way and immediately getting the people's reactions lively. And then we have purposive sampling. So here the respondents are chosen on the basis of their knowledge of the information desired. So under this you have quota sampling and judgment sampling. Quota sampling is specified number of persons of certain types are included in the sample. So not everyone will be having a, like a same kind of behavioral pattern. So every individual is unique. Every individual has no like different intellectual levels and no like different IQ levels and no like their preferences, their no like likes and dislikes. So everything is no completely different. But in certain areas, in certain fields, you can see a cluster of people, a group of people having the same mindset or same level of almost like same level of IQ level, almost the same level of like the cognitive skills, almost the same level of like likes and dislikes and everything. So in this, like where you are not selecting that kind of particular kind of samples, you can go for quota sampling. For example, like quota sampling, you can refer to like say the movie the movie reviewers like who particularly review only the sci-fi movies or only the horror movies or only the say you have like action or romantic movies. So this is like an example of quota sampling because so these persons have almost like same likes and dislikes. So all they look upon is like how they want the like the experience of like watching that movie. And you have judgment sampling. The sampling is taken based on certain judgments about the overall population. That is, the researcher chooses the sample based on who they think would be appropriate for the study. So not just randomly going and like going on with sampling, but it completely depends upon the mindset of the researcher. So if I want to know, like, go for, if I want to know, get a feedback of, a particular set of sample, from the whole population. So particularly, I'm selecting randomly, of course, but I feel that no, I want to know, like, yeah, go and get feedback from this particular person. So this is not stratified sampling. This is not purpose. I mean, this is not the probability sampling, or this is not the cluster sampling. No, nothing. But judgment sampling. I am no like feeling. I am judging, prejudging that person. Maybe giving a valuable feedback for this question. So let me interview him or interview her. Let me get the feedback from her. So this is judgmental sampling. So hope this is clear. So I want to stop here because the next sessions we will see about so I think only two is pending in this research methodology. It is data collection and data analysis. Okay, fine. So these two topics we can have a view by next week. So if you have any questions, you can stay back or you can leave the session.